So for me, my favorite country that I have visited is the Czech Republic. It's a beautiful country, first off. A lot of the country itself, the Czech Republic, Austria, and Slovakia, all inside of Louisiana, which is not big at all, right?
Yeah.
Country. And for me, since I was an English teacher and I taught children and adults, I was able to meet many people that were born in the Czech Republic. And what's really cool about a place like the Czech Republic is the history is very long.
Yeah.
Some of my students were 13th generation Czechs.
That's insane.
Yeah, like I after my great grandparents, I'm not really sure where else they were from, where my family comes from. So the history is a very big part of why it's one of my favorite places. And also, you can really do a lot inside of a city like Prague.
Yeah.
Or you can do a lot of stuff outside of the city because there's so many national parks to go swimming. Fun place, and with it, although it's so small, you can do a lot of really fun activities there.
Yeah, I imagine it's been a really cool experience for you.
Yeah, definitely. And another big reason this goes for a few other places. I also lived in Germany too, but in the Czech Republic, they really like their sports, like soccer, and it's very fun to see the passion they have for sports. It reminds me of Louisiana with football or baseball.
Yeah.
And it's really fun.
Yeah, I imagine. So, I want to get back. So, you're talking about Czech Republic. What was the best feature, I guess, that you saw? Like the best landmark, the most thing that interests you the most?
I was fascinated by the architecture.
All right.
With the Czech Republic being in Central Europe, there are many, how should I put this, many nationalities that crossed the Czech Republic and settled there at one point or another.
Yeah.
So you could have Spanish influence, you could have French influence, and I thought the buildings, you could really tell the different styles. And so the one landmark that stands out to me is a bridge called the Charles Bridge. There's a man named Charles IV, and Charles IV was like the Czech Republic's George Washington.
I got you. Yeah.
He was the man, for a lack of better words.
Yeah.
And so there are many things there called the Charles this or the Charles that.
Yeah.
And the bridge is really neat. It was built. Let me see if I remember these numbers. But the bridge, I want to say, was built in 1357.
Dang, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and I want to say they did it all on odd numbers. So I want to say the bridge, the first brick was laid, or construction began, at I want to say it was 5:31 a.m. July 5th, 1357.
Dang.
Yeah, and so I lived very close to this bridge, and it was beautiful to go there to watch the sunset or watch the sunrise. It was really neat. And as a close second would be the castle in Prague. It is the largest castle complex in all of Europe, and it took 600 years to build.
Whoa.
Yeah, so talking about generations of Czechs, there are many generations that their job was dedicated to building this castle.
Yeah.
And the centerpiece of the castle is this large cathedral and it was either Baroque or Gothic inspired, and it was just really, really cool.
Yeah, I imagine. I really imagine that it was as cool as you make it sound. So
I hope, man. I hope.
Yeah. Going off the landmarks for a bit. How was the climate and weather change different from Louisiana, different from hot and humid, from the spiraculous rainy days?
Oh man, it was like night and day.
Really?
It was night and day. So to give you an idea of where Europe is on the map, a couple of the most southern countries, are like Portugal or Greece or Italy, right?
Yeah.
So those countries in terms of latitude are as high on the map as, say, New York.
Yeah.
Or Maine. So the Czech Republic is on the same longitude. Yeah, same longitude as, same latitude as, say, Montreal, Canada.
Gotcha.
So it was very very cold. It would snow from, I remember one of the first days was around November 20th. And I remember one of the last days was April 30th.
Dang.
Which is a very foreign concept for us in Louisiana.
Yeah. We're not used to cold.
I would be calling my parents, and they would constantly tell us, it's 90 degrees here, and everything there is measured in Celsius.
Yeah.
And in Celsius, 32 degrees freezing is, in Celsius, it's 0.
Yeah.
So 32 Fahrenheit is 0.
Yeah.
So they would tell me, it's 90 degrees here. And I would be like, oh my gosh, it's like -5 degrees Celsius here.
Yeah.
It'd be so cold. It wasn't as rainy as Louisiana. So I guess that was a plus. But just getting used to snow and waking up to snow and
that'd be
having
really
my
weird.
snow boots for every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the winters were very cold. From October to May, it would be cold. So what is that? 6-7 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That took a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge difference from back home. I would say the hot and cold difference, or the hot and cold contrast, it took a lot to get used. To get used to.
Yeah, I imagine.
But the summer temperatures were more moderate. The warmest it would get would be like 90, like low 90s.
Yeah.
And definitely not as humid. So that was nice. The summer months.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Especially for it being as a long span of cold stretches, and then you get this one kind of warm stretch. I bet it's pretty nice.
Yeah, and on the calendar, the official start date of summer is June 21st. Just think back home, why is summer on the calendar starting until the end of June?
Yeah.
Because for us, summer basically starts around after Easter, this time of year.
Yeah.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
And there in the Czech Republic, it wouldn't really start to get warm until midway through June, and I would always think, wow, this all of a sudden makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a difference for sure.
Yeah. So, we are, as you know, Louisianans are big seafood people. We love seafood. We love crawfish. Everything with food. Cajun style, everything. But how was the food different? Because I imagine it was a lot different than it was in Louisiana.
You're absolutely correct. The seafood difference is huge.
Yeah.
The Czech Republic is landlocked, right?
Yeah.
So there's no Lake Pontchartrain, or there's certainly no Gulf of Mexico or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a good 10-hour drive from the Mediterranean Sea or the North Sea.
Yeah.
So the food's very different. There, they rely a lot more on meat.
Yeah.
Specifically pork. Specifically pork. There's tons of pork. You always hear about Europe. Czech Republic is right next to Germany, right? And so when you think of Germany, you always hear about sausages and brats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's the same in the Czech Republic and Poland and Slovakia and Austria. There's a lot of sausage, which I don't mind. I like sausage. But seafood now, I think I may have eaten fish there once or twice in 15 months.
Was it as good? I don't think so, huh?
No. The most popular fish there is carp. So carp is a bottom feeder. It's a mud fish. It just hangs out in the mud. So it's definitely not like sinking your teeth into like some redfish or some trout.
Yeah.
A delicious fish like that. It's very different. But what's funny is in the Czech Republic, their Christmas meal is carp. It's carp and potato salad for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of strange combination for Christmas Day.
Yeah, definitely.
And a big tradition is you buy your carp about 2 to 3 days before Christmas Day, and you put the fish in your bathtub, and you keep it in your bathtub for about 3 days.
That's crazy.
And then you take it out and you hit it on the head with a hammer, pick the bones out, and then you fry it. You eat fried fish on Christmas Day.
Oh my God.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very foreign concept.
Yeah.
Very, very foreign.
So, you were speaking...
By the time I got home, I was licking my lips, getting ready to eat.
Yeah.
A catfish po' boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, getting off the food and stuff like that, you were speaking earlier in the conversation about their sports. So, were their citizens less than or more than as dedicated to sports as we are in Louisiana?
I would say less than, only because they only have that they really love.
Yeah.
And it's soccer and ice hockey.
Okay.
Where in Louisiana, we're all in on football, we're all in on baseball, basketball is very popular, soccer is becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
There's more female sports, there's volleyball, there's softball.
Yeah.
You also have people that do swimming.
Yeah.
And so I would say Louisiana is more dedicated. Tennis is also very popular in the Czech Republic. There's many famous tennis players from there.
Yeah.
But I would have to say Louisiana is more sports oriented for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But those soccer games are very exciting.
Yeah.
They call the hardcore fans, they call them ultras. And a few of my students were ultras for a couple teams there.
Really?
Yeah, and so I went to the games with some of them, and it was very, very fun. It's every bit as passionate in those sections as, say, the Superdome on a Sunday or Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of the Tigers and the Saints, so some credibility there with that statement.
Yeah. So speaking of popularity and stuff like that. We in Louisiana and in the U.S. Are really hooking on music. Is it as popular in the Czech Republic?
Well, you know what's funny about Prague and the Czech Republic is that they love jazz and blues.
Really?
So when I mentioned New Orleans, they knew New Orleans, jazz, blues, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
No lie, they knew it immediately.
Dang.
So I would say it's pretty popular. So another side fact about the Czech Republic is that they were communists until 1989. And so in 1989, communism ended, and suddenly these people in the Czech Republic could start listening to music from out of the country. And so they love, rock and roll, and they love Queen and the Beatles and all those classic rock bands.
Yeah.
And the younger generations, they definitely know who Justin Bieber or Selena Gomez, and they know people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as many people know about like rap.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of Lil Wayne fans there.
Yeah.
But they love, the Red Hot Chili Peppers and more bands from the late 80s or 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. So one of my final questions is kind of a big topic. How is the geography different from, since Louisiana is below sea level? How is it different in Czech Republic than it was in Louisiana?
Much more elevation for certain. I can't tell you how high above sea level it is, but it definitely is above sea level. And a fun fact about the Czech Republic is that
Joey? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just need to run through that explanation one more time. I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's fine. So the Czech Republic, its borders with each border country, the borders are mountain ranges.
Oh, wow.
So there's like a mountain range in between the Czech-Poland border, the Czech-Germany border, and what's really cool is that I hiked across the Czech-Germany border one day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's like a border with Slovakia, and I'm drawing a blank. I think, I forget who the other country is, but there's a lot more mountains, and there's a lot of rolling hills.
Yeah.
So it's not as steep of an incline, but it's a lot more gradual and stuff.
Gotcha.
And so like I was saying, it's so much fun to go hiking or biking because you can see some really cool views.
Yeah. So, my final question is that was anything else different, or was anything else that interests you that you didn't mention before? I just want to get everything.
Yeah. So another huge difference from the Czech Republic and, let's say, New Orleans specifically is that atheism is very prevalent.
Really?
In the Czech Republic. Very, very much so. Because I'm not sure why. I have an idea why. There was so much persecution there that I think a lot of people developed a negative belief system.
Yeah.
And so many people there are atheists. But the most popular religion is Catholicism. Gotcha. For people that are religious. And so if there's anything else that's pretty good. Yeah, the food, there's not that wide of a selection back home.
Yeah.
For